See? We're back. Still at the Godstone. We're leaving now. Unfortunately, we're out of days. So I don't know what things are going on up in the surface world. So we're out. What does that mean? Darkness lurks upon the dome of light stretching thin above the city by menders weaving fast stitches. Riots ripple through the slender spaces between people packed tightly together, and the warp lick at your defenses, testing them. Finally sinks in just how many dead rest in Arberrang now. This is really the beginning of the end, isn't it? You grieve. Aleo says the longship's finally sinking, so to speak. All left to do is bail till our arms grow weak. You feel those old nagging survival needs stretching at your thoughts. Food, water, shelter. They came from all parts of Arberrang, carrying their dead in an enormous longship. The king won't be needing it anymore. Was hoisted up onto Black Rock Plateau. Never mind the hassle, this is tradition. Arranged within the longship, many hundreds of bodies rest, ready for the afterlife, ready for peace among the stars. Their struggles are over. You hear all this from the orator declaring the last rites, trying to set the longship ablaze. You remember those who traveled with you to Arberrang. You've never seen so many dead in one place, and you hope to never see this many again. But despite the tragedy, this is a reassuring moment that there can still be dignity in death, even in these circumstances. The fires are lit and special bundles laid along the ship's edge tint the flames in different colors. A gleaming rainbow rising towards the sky, and a bridge for brave souls. You imagine the ship drifting out to the sea as the fire burns low. The solemn audience begins to pile stones and soil atop to form the traditional tumulus. Give a speech to your caravan. To those who knew and believed in your banner, you raise it high. The exact words drift from your thoughts as soon as they're said, but the rest of the caravan graciously cheers the ending. The gods would weep if we did not outlive them, and we outlive them still. Now it is we who speak for the dead, their names and their deeds, and gods be damned, they will not be forgotten. Aleo puts his hand to your shoulder. His eyes are red, but combination of drinking and grieving, but there's a smile on his lips. I can only imagine how hard all this must be for you. I never had a chance to know Alette, but I've heard people say such wonderful things about her. I think she'd be proud of you right now. Right now? Why? Where I look, I don't see the dead. I see all those who live on instead. Aleo stands quietly beside you, deep in thought. You can't help yourself from rhyming, can you? Aleo looks slightly embarrassed as if he caught him indulging in a vice. I'm sorry. I hope it didn't come off as disrespectful with what I said. I have a hard time putting it to bed. When I was a boy, my grandmother was a famous seer in our small town. I was in awe of her. She claimed the gods never died, that they still spoke through her. Others would come from far away to hear her fade or feel close to them. Sometimes I would listen through the walls to the amazing things she told these people, even though it was forbidden. She knew. Before she died, she told me a secret. She said she made it all up. I got upset. I called her a fraud, but she explained that just because she made it up doesn't mean it wasn't real. Those stories we tell are just as real as all things we see and feel, she said. Then she died. I remember those last words clear as a bell, and I began to make up stories of my own. Eventually, it became hard not to see the world as a story. And you're always writing one in your head? When I felt afraid or upset as a child, it helped to imagine myself as someone else reading my story, like the gods were looking down and seeing that I can create things as well. Anyway, I'm sorry about all the rhymes. I try to keep them to more appropriate moments. I guess it's time we moved on. I suppose we must. The menders shouldn't be left alone on the walls, and there's already a murmur spreading through the clan, if not enough food. Sometimes I feel like it's too much. The true hero comes reluctantly. Though we move on now with shuffling feet, our hearts will forever be incomplete. Menders are spread out evenly along the walls, each overlapping the light created by the next. Guards with distant expressions stand and watch between them. Around their feet are piles of warped dredge and men alike. They're starting to scale over the bodies on the other side of the wall, says Zephyr. Some small disgust in her voice, as if to prove the point. Amanda yells, then more warped rise to view. Hurry, beckons Zephyr. Oh, he dead. Oh no. Why can't I go back to fighting dredge? Times were so much simpler then. Alright, who's going and who's staying? Eagle, you gotta go with me. One will turn, one armor turn, one break resist, protects from death, -2 strength. Ooh, that's not good at all. Alright, who is coming? We don't need Canary. Guess we'll keep you. Don't need Mogre. Fasalt's gone. Man, forget that guy. Ready. We are ready. Oh, they're on the walls. Oh no, there's horseborn that are warped. Whoa. Heavy hitter. Yeah, he didn't run away. Ew, tentacles. Oh. Heh. Uh-oh. Oh, no good. Heh. Oh, I forgot about you. Good job. Got him. Ow. Ooh. Ew, tentacles. Good job. Oh, we got one more. The menders are saved. Oh. Oh. Okay. Sometimes I have to wonder about humanity. We're barely holding the walls and all the clans can manage is rob and kill each other. Captain, my menders need more protection on the walls. We have as many men as we can spare Volca. The rest are in the streets. Arberrang isn't worth saving if only killers and thieves remain. Even if my father were here, we'd have little control over the city now. I have even less, but I'm certain I can find men loyal to my father's banner. Put me in command of the walls. Are you certain? I can guarantee no safety there. If there is time for me to lead, it is now. They look to you. You realize that whoever is put in charge of the walls may be in serious danger. The wall is yours, Ludin. My father was a lot of things, but proud of his son is not one of them. I'll send word to loyal men and keep the menders standing. You defend your home, dear prince. Huh. The outskirts. Part the city smolders since the riots, matching the mood in the lower rings. Supplies are scattered, impossible to tally or portion since the funeral. Hoarding seems necessary for the future, and you're afraid other clans in Arberrang will feel the same. If nothing else, we should set the precedent from here on out, Aleo suggests. Combine the ration and remain food tightly. Trust overcomes, since some are relieved to place that burden on you, others insist on keeping a watchful eye on the stockpile. We were spared 8 days. Oh no, so now we're back? At least we got 8 days to get to the tower. I see lightning off in the distance. We must be getting close to the tower. Any of you ever tasted Thistleberry mead? Spar blurts out in the midst of a deep and oppressive silence. You're all some grim company lately. I could really go for some Thistleberry right now. Others mumble in agreement, but someone passes around enough strong drink to spread around. Soon they're trying to one-up each other about what they plan to do when they return to Arberrang. They go on for a while, spinning bright yarns in dark places. Thankfully it draws no attention, but it was right to stay vigilant just in case. Soaring shards of smoky glass just jut askew from the ground, as if flung here. At first it looks like more the inner earth strangeness until you realize that these are splinters of the black sun. Images reflect off the mirrored surface, creating an illusionary army of ravens as you walk through. Great, says Falco. I didn't think I could hate this place more. Now there are 6 of each. The nauseating, sweaty warmth still radiating from the fragments as everyone eager to pass through except Ivan. He has spotted at once, with his hand pressed against the glassy surface looking at his own reflection. Come on, Ivan, it's time to go. You hardly recognize myself. Could be worse? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to compare. The reality of what I must do is sinking in. We're getting close. He stares out into the distance. Now's not the time for second thoughts. It was always such a long way off. There was more time. Time for what exactly? He sighs heavily. June revealed it already, but there's something you may not have fully grasped. Something she forbade me to tell you. She's worried it might change things. No more secrets, dog. The only way the Black Sun will return to safety is for Juno to seal the darkness within, so she has to stay there, trapped, for eternity. A fate worse than death, and it was my fault. All she's done since this is fight tooth and nail to make things right. All she's ever done. You can see anger spread across Ivan's face. He almost looks as if he's drawing energy from the sun shard. What if there's another way? Even with the sun broken, there must be energy enough here to destroy the serpent. It might be enough. No, we don't change the plan now. This was never my plan. I admit it broke things, but it's up to me to fix them. Who else can do this? Why should I keep asking for permission? Ivan, think of your friends in Arberrang. His mouth becomes a thin line. Some of the fire in his eyes goes out. I know. I apologize. My thoughts have always been difficult to control ever since birth. My mother was the head of the Volca in her time. When she had a boy, the council was worried. The males of our kind have always had a touch of madness to varying degrees. My father couldn't contain his own. I suppose that kind of power could be hard for anyone. It is a curse. I'm only alive at all thanks to Juno. and she has kept this power within me from spilling out. When she spoke to me in a dream at Einertoft, I wasn't even sure it was real. I'd gone so long without her help, I was starting to lose control again. Everything she's done was to heal me, and for that she suffers. Can you imagine feeling so powerful and so weak at the same time? I can imagine. Ivan nods as Volk approaches the two of you in a huff. You done with your little cry yet, you sad baby? Ivan steps away from the sun, shard with a scowl on his face, returning to where Juno awaits. That one's got problems, and that's coming from me. It's still hard to imagine those two falling for each other. You think so? You don't? Volka laughs as she punches your shoulder. I can see why you wouldn't get it, Varl. It's not just one arm you're missing. Every girl in the world wants a boy to promise he'd give her the sun and stars. Imagine having the one man who actually pulled the sun out of the sky for you. She almost looks embarrassed with herself as you head back to the caravan. She likes Bolverk. She's got a crush on a Varl. We've got 5 days. I'm just going to say it, Spar grouses. I'm starving and I don't mean it as an expression. I'm so hungry I might die. The caravan is getting precarious, low on food, and nobody dares to drink the water that pools in dark crevices. You're feeling it yourself. The stone singer seems to understand, though you've never seen him eat anything before. Scraping a hard, shell-baked object from the cliff walls and handing it to you with a motion like opening a book. I thought this was just more cracky rocks, says Spar, taking the thing. It has a hard obsidian shell, but once cracked open, a strangely bright pink plant resides within, squishy to the touch. Looks like a mushroom. Doesn't smell strange or display the same warped weirdness that everything else does. There seems to be quite a few more till they start clinging onto the surface, so you want to try it first. Step up and take a chance. Tastes like a mushroom, but slightly sweet. A couple of minutes later, you're actually feeling stronger, a bit more energized. The others cautiously gather handfuls and eat as much as they dare. You swear the caravan moves with a little faster than before. Good. Pick up the pace. Keep a friend company, Alfred beckons during a short rest, patting a lonely rock at the caravan's edge. Innocent enough, but you see ulterior motives on her face. Brighter than the white tower in the distance. So it's still in the distance. Got it. You have something on your mind? You, Ivor. It's funny. I should hate you. Many sculptors are my friends, and you are who they tell their children to fear. But I don't hate you. The more about you know, the more I like you. Is that really what you wanted to talk about? Straight to the point. Ivan and Juno, they trust you, don't they? But I wonder if they have earned your trust. I don't trust any of you. Ooh, he's smart too. Do you have any faults, Varl? Now, Juno, she may be weaving little truths, but step back, look at the whole tapestry. They wield terrible power, perhaps you've noticed. It's exactly why they made the Order of Menders. Now look over here, we're only healing the sick, building houses, paying no mind to the madman on ivory towers, turning the world inside out. I've considered it. Come closer. Ivan created a Fane immortal. Can you comprehend? Juno cannot die. But that wasn't their goal, was it? What is immortality without power? Misery. No, I think they are trying to make a god, to make themselves gods. Don't tell me you believe they've come so far just to undo it all. What are you implying? Not to sit back and let it happen. That should be clear. Say nothing now. I'm not asking you for promises. But in time will come, and soon I think, when you will see the truth unfolding before your eyes. When that time comes, look to me. Trust your instincts. Juno and Ivan are not the only ones who know how to twist the threads. I'll make certain that what they claim to be doing is what is done. I've got to live here too, you know. I will consider it. A distant rumble approaches of all the things it could be. Race your mind. Everyone shouts earthquake as the ground bucks beneath your feet. Finally shaking peels, rock sheets up the nearby cliffs. They crash around you in great billowing clouds of dust. Is everyone alright? You shout in the aftermath. No, I recognize you from somewhere. Valgar shouts. He's swinging at Oli with clenched fist. This bastard tried to push me into the falling rocks. As the confusion and the dust fear, frustrated ravens are letting off steam in chance of fight. I don't care what's going on here, but it stops now. The Valgard manages one last half-hearted punch to Oli's face, but they push each other away. True enough, says Oli. There'll be plenty of time to settle this later. Valgard spits. Count on it. That earthquake was no coincidence, Ivan says, changing the subject. Same as when the serpent caved chasms through the earth above. Be on your guard. So the serpent's still around, huh? God damn that serpent. Let's zoom in on everybody. Can barely see everyone. Stop the caravan. The ravens will take a moment to catch their breaths. That's Bellower on our heels. We just can't ignore it. We all know how this is going to end. You know what happens if you make a stand against Bellower. If the serpent awaits us at the tower, then we'll have to face it with Bellower at our backs, and that's no option at all. I've always wanted to meet Bellower. Seems like the time. Who else wants to see a legend in action? By which I mean me. I'm tired of walking. I'll take a stand. If I'm going to die down here, may as well be against the Sunder. You won't come back. Who's going to take you there anyway? I'll go. Are you sure it's worth the risk? You forget, I know the dredge. I've spent time here. I can speak to them. And I'm only one who can create my own light. At worst, I can distract them for a moment. At best, maybe we learn something. Something about Alfred's willingness strikes you as odd. She winks slyly. If he doesn't want to talk, that's what I'm hoping. Won't be the first time I vanish without a trace. We'll meet again up the road. I'm going to be able to talk you out of this, am I? No, but maybe you have a message you want me to deliver. Tell him I'm sorry. Interesting. I'll try to be convincing. Alfred conjures a light of her own. Juno watches but makes no move to stop her. Well, we've lost our Varl. So these cliffs are homes for the dredge? Because I'm starting to see a lot of movement ahead. Well, we lost the Varl. Whatever you do, Deech, don't scream. This time the shifting shadows in the corner of your eyes are real, ahead and behind. The others have noticed and are quietly pulling blades, flickering like a school of fish as you press together. An earth-shaking howl echoes off stone as if surrounding you. The Bellower, somewhere out there. Fear seeps in against your will. They're warped ever ahead, clustered together to slow your progress, and more dot the horizon. We're close, says Valgard, and you know his frustration. Make your way around the masses. Try to weave a path past figures on the horizon, even dipping back on occasion, but they've gotten your sense. With eerie silence, they pour down upon you. Oh, no good. That's no good. Oh, no. Ooh, this is not good. Not good at all. We'll just wait for this to load, I suppose. Alright, here we go. That's no good. Oh, this is no good. What? Possible shot on enemy tile, causing extreme damage to its base. Well, I call that useless. I don't think we're gonna make it out of this one, guys. we lost. We were defeated. No one was rested. I didn't have my Varl. Not good at all. The warps are becoming more relentless. Get up, Juno. Breathe into your ear. You rise with the start. You're not sure where you are or how you're still alive, but you are hurt. Juno pushes to keep moving, so you pick up a couple of unconscious ravens and push aside the pain. Oh no, oh no. We'll end the video here. We'll pick up back in Arberrang, I'm assuming. Yep. See you guys next time. I guess it didn't